this week's episode of TBBAP.
That's two best brothers bitching about ponies.
I'm Keg Standard.
And I'm Phantom Horn.
Today's episode was Rainbow Falls from Heaven, because heaven's missing an angel, because she's pretty, because she's my girlfriend.
A long title, but very descriptive.
And that's really the best part of the episode, because this episode fucking sucked.
Yeah, way to underact Fluttershy.
Alright, right off the bat, big problem with this episode. Why are Snowflake, or Bulk Biceps, and Fluttershy on Rainbow Dash's team competing for the Equestria Games? Why? In this specific event?
Well, Thunderlane and not Coco Pamel seem to suggest that they're like the only ones left over because everyone else is on other events.
That's true, but why does anyone have to be in this event? Like, there's no impetus to be on the team.
I think Rainbow Dash picked this event specifically because she knew that the Wonderbolts would be competing in it.
It's possible, but she joined the team after knowing Fluttershy and Snowflake were on them, because Twilight specifically says it was nice of you to join a team with not the strongest flyers, which I'd like to make a correction, because Snowflake is clearly the strongest flyers. He benched 6,200 pounds.
Of everyone who flies, I think he probably is the strongest.
Exactly.
You know, Twilight says that like she's making it nice, but that's really not a nice thing to say.
No, it's kind of not nice.
She barely sugarcoated it at all.
Why is Fluttershy, for example, first of all, on this team? Because she's clearly not athletic. I know she says she wants to, like, represent Ponyville and it makes her proud, but she's not an athlete. These are the Olympics she's competing for. It's crazy.
They are the Olympics. Yeah, Fluttershy does not belong in the Olympics.
Yeah, and that brings me to the second point. Look at Bulk Biceps. Why is he on this team? Why is he on the relay race doing flying events? He's clearly the strongest pony
and not to
in
mention
all of
he
Equestria.
Can barely fly.
Yeah, he can barely fly. Why is he doing a flying event? I mean, I know he's a Pegasus, but he should be doing some sort of, like, powerlifting event. It's just, why did he sign up for this event? It doesn't make any sense.
I know he's a joke character, and I know that he's here for a laugh. But I have to say, it's a little sad to see him here. Like he's clearly out of his element, and he looks like a fool. And like, he clearly has strengths that he could be playing to better in some other thing. And so, I don't know, is it dumb of me to feel like he's being treated a little unfairly here?
I feel the same way. And so later on, she's offered to join the Wonderbolt team in the event, and she's torn between either joining them or staying with her old team. And so her solution... Her brilliant solution is to fake injury so she can join neither team. I guess so she won't have to stress herself considering the choices here.
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Like, yeah, of course it's a bad decision.
Yeah, it's kind of the point. It just so blindingly, stupidly causes so many more problems than it solves. I can't believe she took that option seriously for a second.
Well, now she doesn't have to disrespect the Wonderbolts by turning down their generous offer to fly for Cloudsdale with them.
Well, really, she knows she's faking this injury, so she is disrespecting them, at least to herself, even if no one else knows. Is that really a better solution?
No, but she's not disrespecting them to them. That's the point, so they won't be mad at her.
Yeah, I just don't see how she could be content with herself like this. And I guess that's why she has the revelation
later.
Of
course she's not, because she feels bad, because Twilight's like, now don't you do anything wrong.
It's just like it's considered like a brilliant revelation when she realizes that this is retarded.
Wait a minute. I'm sitting in the hospital pretending all my limbs are broken. This isn't right.
I see now. It's all become so clear. And of course this episode was about Rainbow Dash being loyal and discovering the loyalty inside of her. And I gotta say, it was so obvious and so contrived and just so fucking boring.
It literally was her test of loyalty from the first episode. Or the second episode. The Nightmare Moon arc. It was that again.
You know, it fucking was.
It was, let's take that and make a whole episode about it.
Jesus, what a load of bullshit.
Hey, what of Soren? What of Soren?
Soren was awesome.
Is he... Soren, yeah. Soren's my favorite Wonderbolt. Soren was so...
But Spitfire so smexy.
Soren was such a bro, okay? When he's like... Even after his teammates, like, lie to him, he's just so happy to get back on the team and be like, go Cloudsdale! I was like, wow, what a guy.
He's probably the trainee.
And then at the end when he's like, he's like, go Ponyville! I'm like, oh my god. This is the... Like, even in Equestria, this guy stands out as just an incredibly nice guy.
He was an incredibly nice guy. And you know what that means? No GF. Now, was Soren actually injured, or were they just trying to get rid of Soren because Rainbow was the superior flyer?
Spitfire does say that Rainbow Dash is as good as any Wonderbolt.
Yeah, but that could just be an expression.
It could just be an expression, I guess. Let's see. In the hospital, Soren says that
Soren says that Spitfire told him they were afraid that he wouldn't be able to fly at 100%, so that's why they asked him not to fly and they were going to replace him.
Right. And then Rainbow Dash decides that they lied to her, but what was the lie?
The lie was that Spitfire specifically told Rainbow that Soren could not fly. But that was, and Spitfire admits that was a lie later on.
So I guess the question is, was he actually flying at 100% or not?
That is the question.
Because he says that like they were afraid that he wouldn't be.
Right. Now,
But,
yeah, look
but
at
was
it.
that a legitimate concern?
Spitfire is... Okay, as far as we know, Spitfire could have been worried that Soren was at 100% or not. Because, so is Soren at 100% better than Rainbow Dash?
Yeah.
And so when Soren was injured, and it was on the fence, she wanted to get Rainbow Dash, he was certainly better. Or is Soren already worse than Rainbow, so they just used his injury as an excuse to pick up the superior candidate, that's Rainbow Dash? That's the question.
That would be pretty Machiavellian of them.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
it
just
would.
like, oh, finally, the chance we've been looking for to throw
To dump
Soren under
Soren.
the bus.
He's clearly the weakest flyer of the Wonderbolts.
I don't know. I kind of think it seemed that way, but I don't think there's any way to say for sure.
Yeah, I guess we need more data.
Can't discuss this episode without mentioning how right I was about the Rainbow Shine being some big lead up to the season finale. Clearly the Rainbow Shine happens when like you learn a lesson or teach someone about loyalty or something, and the rainbow items are like the keys to the box, and they're going to open the box and they're going to get rainbow power. Go look it up on Equestria Daily. They're these new toys. They're really stupid.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to buy the Rainbow Power King Standard doll when it comes out. Okay, now laugh.
Should I?
Yeah, it'll make it funnier.
Don't disrespect our viewers, Keg. Final notes on this episode. Contrary to what we saw in Ponyville Confidential, Rainbow Dash apparently does like having her hoofs touched.
Yeah, you notice that? When it's funny, I think the settings what did it when she's like hanging out in the salon.
Yeah.
She didn't like it, but now it's like manly, like sports.
That was goofy, and this is like serious athletic pursuit, so she can get behind it. I like the Griffins. Look how weird they looked.
Yeah, they were pretty cool. I was looking to see if one of them was Gilda, but no.
No, none of them even has her like coloring, which leads me to believe that the Griffins look like different kinds of birds. So Gilda just happened to look like a bald eagle, and these ones are like a golden eagle and an osprey, and
It's like a raven or something.
There was a black one, a white one, and then like a fully brown one.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. World building.
Rarity's dresses were completely non-aerodynamic and frankly didn't make any sense for an Olympic tryout team to be wearing.
But they're not going to win anyway, so whatever.
Right, oh yeah, who gives a fuck? Just throw anything on there. See, that's my problem. Rarity is all about combining form and function because she's smart.
She's not all about that.
Well, it's always on her mind.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
I really enjoyed this episode, Applejack, because she was just really funny with her apple brown Betties just like forcing them on everyone.
I didn't find it funny through the episode, but then at the very last scene when Rainbow Dash is racing, and then you just get that one final shot of Applejack just stuffing her face with Apple Brown Betty. That was like all the previous Apple Brown Betties suddenly like coalesced into a real joke. Like it was like 5-alarm chili. The spicy kick had been building the entire episode, and that was when it finally hit. I finally appreciated it.
It was really good. Applejack, thumbs up this season, really improving my opinion of her.
Lastly, Rainbow says that she tripped over a foam hoof. What is a foam hoof? Is it that foam we're number one fingery thing that Keg here seems to be so fond of? Is that a foam hoof now?
It's got to be, but how does someone trip over a foam thing? It's like 1 inch wide. Well, I guess that was part of the thing. She's like lying.
Well, I wish that her lie had been a little bit more clearly elucidated for me. Well, in conclusion, I give Rainbow Falls 2 out of a possible 4 foam hoofs.
I am afraid I have to give it a lowly 10 oats out of a bushel.
Damn.
Yeah, it did not impress me.
Yeah. Well, I liked it. I liked it maybe similarly to Power Ponies, but definitely not as much as Pinky Apple Pie.
I put it above Power Ponies significantly, but definitely below Pinky Apple Pie. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this episode of TBAP.
I am Phantom Horn.
And I'm Keg Standard.
Yeah, buddy!
See you next week. Hey, PH, check this out. I've been practicing. I'm Fleetfoot. It felt awesome to be in the Wonderbolt.
Keg, that's ableist.
Oh yeah? How do you like this one? Hey guys, I'm Rainbow Dash. I love rainbows and dashing, and I'm such a tomboy.
Keg, that's homophobic.
Oh yeah? Ready for this one? Woo-wee! I'm Applejack. Let's wrangle us up some apples here down on the farm.
Keg, that was perfect.